by saying that humanity is the religion of all mankind. Thank you so much. So, we have our last guest for today, Anaika. I'll give the mic to you.
Wow, this is a big audience. Good afternoon, everyone. I am Anaika Pathak. I am an ex-student of CMS Kanpur Road, this very branch. And I'm honored to be here today. Thank you, Geeta ma'am. Thank you, Abba ma'am. Thank you, everyone, for the opportunity. I am a 17-year-old girl, and I started an organization that was working towards encouraging and empowering youth to work for public welfare. And when I started this organization, I was 14 years old. And thank you. The story behind how I started this organization is rather, I think, cliche to some of you, but I still want to share it. I remember when the second wave of the pandemic had hit, I was in my house and I was locked up, and I was positive for 2 weeks. And after that, when I recovered, I thought that, you know what, let's just utilize this time, the lockdown, and let's just work. Let's do something to give back to the society, to give back to the people who do not have the privileges that I had while I was positive. So I joined a local hospital. And over there, I used to call up patients every single day, and I used to just talk to them and tell them that, you know, whatever you need from the authorities, whatever medicine you need, whatever facility you need, you just tell me, and I'll convey your needs to the authorities. So I was the bridge between the authorities and the common man. And it had been a month while I was doing this, and then the spike had hit. So a lot of people were rapidly getting tested positive, and a lot of people started dying all of a sudden. So there was this one man in particular who I was calling for about 2 weeks, and he was on the verge of getting better. A particularly optimistic man. He was never sad. Like, he was extremely sick in the beginning, and I used to call him every day, and he would be like, "Ma'am, you don't worry, ma'am. I'm going to be fine. Why are you so worried, ma'am? I'm so strong, and you are here to support me. My family is here to support me. Nothing can beat that. I'm very, very strong, and I'm going to get over this." And I was very happy about that, because a lot of people lose their morale when nobody is around, when they are in a room closed. That is when you actually realize how difficult it can get. So I was very happy that he was being optimistic, he was being proud. And then 2 weeks after I had been calling him regularly, one day I called him and he said that, "Ma'am, I don't feel very good today." And that was a red flag, because he was never sad, he was never ever pessimistic or, you know, discouraging about anything. So I said, "What's wrong?" And he said that, "You know, ma'am, I think I have fever, and I think I'm not able to breathe very properly." So I said, "Okay, let me note down your needs, and I'm suggesting you to go get an oximeter and a thermometer right now. Go get that from the market, record your readings and tell them to me, and call me immediately." He said, "Ma'am, I'm so poor, I do not have my own vehicle. Nobody in my village is going to lend my family the vehicle because I am positive, so nobody is taking that risk. And the public transport is closed, so I have no option but to rely on you." So I said, "Okay, by today evening, you will get an oximeter, you will get a thermometer." He said, "Okay, ma'am, I trust you, ma'am. I am very positive, I'll get through this." I was like, "Yes, that's the spirit. I'm just going to cut your call and call the authorities right now." And I called the receptionist. And he said that, "Ma'am, abhi to it's lunchtime, I can't do anything. You call after the lunchtime." I said, "Okay." I called, I waited half an hour, I was holding the phone in my hand, I was so anxious. And I called him as soon as the lunch break got over at 2:30. And then another man picked up the call and he said that, "You know, ma'am, the guy that you previously called has left. Now you tell me what's wrong and what do I need to do." So I told him the address where he has to deliver the oximeter and thermometer. I told him the name of the person, the name of his son, and both of their contact details, just in case one of the things does not work out. I thought my job here is done, and I made a very big mistake that day. And then I thought I'm done. I thought I don't need to do anything else. I cut the call. I went on with my day. And the next day, according to the routine, I called him again at 9 a.m. in the morning. And I call him, and his son picks up the call, and he's very sad. And he says that, Yes, who's it? I said, I call your father every single day from the local hospital to ask how he's doing. He said, you call my father? I said, yes. He said, why? I said, I am speaking from the hospital. I was supposed to give your dad oximeter and thermometer. Tell me how he is. And then he was paused for 30 seconds, the longest 30 seconds of my life. And then he says, Dad passed away last night. Do you know that? He said, I got no help from your authority. You are responsible for my father's death. You are the one. You did not do the right thing at the right time. My father's life could have been saved had he been sent to the hospital at the right time. And I was frozen, and I did not know what to do. You know, when you get that breaking point, you don't know what you should do next. So I called one of my teammates, Bhuvan, who's the co-founder of Yuva Yoddha. And he said, Anaika, you know what? I've been facing the same thing for the past 2 days. People have been dying, and they've been blaming us because we have energy, and we're still not doing anything. We are the youth. We've recovered from the pandemic, and we're still not doing anything. And that was the point when we realized that, you know, we are definitely doing something that a lot of people our age are not doing, but we are still not doing enough. So we decided that, you know what, let's just make a platform where people like us who have had realizations like us can come together and work towards the betterment of humanity as a whole, irrespective of gender, caste, religion. Just work for the happy smiles that you see when you do a good deed. And that's Yuva Yoddha. It started with 2 people, and today we have a team of 350 people. And today I was in a walkathon in the morning. That's why I look like this. Like I've run a marathon right now, because I was in a walkathon today. We walked for 2 kilometers to save the Saras bird, the state bird of Uttar Pradesh, from electrocution, because that's dying and it's a vulnerable species, and it's high time we took action, and it's high time we paid attention to things that really matter. So I just wanted to tell you that I had just passed class 9th when this had happened. And if I can do it at that age, so can you. You can start your own organization, you could join us, you can be youth warriors, and you can work for happy smiles. Because trust me, there's not a better feeling than someone coming up to you and telling you that, thank you, ma'am, you changed my life, you did something for me, I am so grateful for you. There's nothing better than that. Thank you so much.
Thank you for this inspiring story, speaking about how small deeds can change someone's life, and to be persistent, because you will be facing a lot of challenges. You will feel weak at many points, but when you connect with like-minded people, like-hearted people, really big deeds. So thank you so much, panelists. Thank you so much for today. Thank you, students, for inspiring us, as always.